What it do, peeps? It's the Beat Chef. We'll watch the damn tape. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notified when I drop my next video. To my new subscribers, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the show and I hope you get something from the content. To my day ones, thank you for helping me continue to build this platform and keep this WNBA conversation pushing. The Fever traveled to Washington to play the Mystics in their final home game. This was similar to the game before against Chicago. This was practice. A better rec league team, but a team that's going in the wrong direction. A team that is basically mailed it in and is saying, hey, we're going to improve our draft stock, our draft status. They got a plan. They're working their plan. And with that being said, the Fever caught them at the perfect time. This was an interesting game just for the standpoint. I've watched the Mystics. I watched every game of the Mystics. The two teams I like to watch are the Fever and the Mystics. I love Kiki Irifin and Sonia Citron. Big fans. Watched them at Notre Dame and USC. This game was horrible. Sloppy play. The first quarter. I'm not sure what's going on with this league and these clocks. This is the second game I've seen in a few days with clock issues. This wasn't as bad as the Valkyrie game with the clock issues, but it was bad enough. Small delay in the first quarter with the clocks. It was 19-16 with 1:28 left in the first quarter. Back and forth, just clanking shots, miscues by Washington. And it was weird. Washington had the lead, 20-19, for as bad as they played in the first quarter. And that was the last time they would have the lead. Second quarter, same thing. Indy started getting at them. And like I said, this was practice. This was practice. This was one of those games where now you got enough tape on Sonia Citron. You have enough tape on Kiki Irifin. They've garnered respect now. They're not rookies anymore. They're all stars, and you know their games, and you know what they like to do and what they like to get to. So, with that being said, congratulations to Kiki and Sonia for graduating. You've graduated. Now the league knows they have to deal with you, and you'll be a problem next year and for years to come, hopefully. Second quarter, Indy is basically they're getting into a groove. They're getting ready for the playoffs, and the lead starts to mount. They start playing a whole lot better. Hull tied the game up. Well, they actually took the lead 29-27 with a jumper. Sims and Peddy both score back to back. Nice plays off a turnover. 39-36 with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. Like I said, it was a slow death game in the first half. Slow death. Slow. I mean, it was slow. I mean, the pace of play was slow. I mean, you wouldn't expect it to be a high scoring game. Third quarter, Hull picks up a fourth foul around the 7 minute and 37 minute mark. Sims gets fouled, and you can hear her say, "Call the foul." And I got to thinking, I said, wow, because my wife mentioned that the cameraman was all over the place. And as I watched the game, I started getting a headache because they tried their best to hide the crowd. In the third quarter, one of the announcers, because it was the announcing team for Washington, they said something about this was a sellout, and this was like the something consecutive sellout. They might have sold out that arena because they play in a couple places. They play in three places in Washington. Their normal arena is only 4,200, but the Fever have played in this particular stadium, which is the larger stadium. It's 14,000 that it seats. But if you look at the official records from the WNBA, there was only 11,000 people at this stadium, and you could see quite a few empty seats. Like I've said in previous videos, you're starting to notice the lower bowl, the more expensive seats are empty. But when they panned up to the top, and they only did it a couple times, it was a lot of empty seats in this stadium. People have checked out. People have really checked out on this league. Not to mention, in the first quarter, they mentioned the fact that the Commanders, the Commanders were playing, the Orioles were playing. So you got, and the Ravens were playing that night. They're playing right now as I'm filming this video against Buffalo on Monday Night Football. That Baltimore, Maryland, DC area, they're consumed with other sports to watch a team that has lost at least 8 games in the last month and some change, and went from being in the playoff hunt for most of the season. Washington was in the playoff month until August, and the wheels fell off. Once they got rid of, well, really July, once they traded Brittany Sykes and got Alyssa Clark and a draft pick, the team has went into rebuild and tank mode. Traded Aaliyah Edwards. So Washington fans, you got next year to look forward to. For today, this was practice for the Fever. I thought the bench played well this game, considering especially Aerial Powers. I wasn't real sold on Aerial Powers because I don't like the way they play her out of position like she's a power forward, but she played more like a guard today. She was active with the hands. And if you're going to play and play like Natasha Howard is a defensive minded player that can score. So you need to come in and play defense. She did that. She got in passing lanes, was disruptive, had a breakaway layup on a nice steal off of Citrone. Nice steal, layup. Shot the three extremely well. And she'd been struggling from the field. She shot 50% from the field. She had been shooting 33, 33, 33. She had like a 40% game, like a 46% game, and a 40% game. It's improvement. 50% today, shot 66% from the three-point line. Shey Peddy, by far, her best game. 3 of 3 from 3, 5 of 5 from the field, 13 points. Played well. Basically gave him that Ari McDonald spark off the bench. Damaris Dantas, for much as I give her, today the 3 was working. 3 of 4, 9 points, 11 minutes. Brianna Turner, she had 2 points. First quarter, Brianna Turner had one of the worst shots at the goal. She's standing under the freaking goal. She shot the ball over the rim and damn near caught it on the other side like it was freaking volleyball. And I'm like, if y'all don't get her out that game, please. She's sorry for no reason. So if she wasn't a union official, I think she's the treasurer or the secretary, I doubt she'd be in the WNBA. I'm just being serious. Michaela Timpson, 5 minutes, had 3 points. Interesting. Only one starter hit a 3. Lexi Hull. And it was a beauty too. But when they needed to extend the lead, Powers and Peddy were there for the taking, and they made well of their opportunities. Natasha Howard had a good game. 6 of 10, 17 points. Aaliyah Boston, she shot better 50% like she normally was doing consistently throughout the season. Only had 12 points. battling with Kiki, and it was good to see her battle. But it's interesting. She shies away from larger defenders. Now Kiki's only 6'3" and not really a center, but she was handling Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston really didn't want to bang with Shakira Austin. I noticed that. Odyssey Sims, 3 of 6, only had 6 points. And Kelsey Mitchell with a light game, 4 of 10, 0 of 4 from three, 10 points. But Kelsey Mitchell had to play defense today. Had to, she had to guard Sonya Citrone. Had to guard Sonya Citrone. So Sonya Citrone is getting respect, and she got Kelsey Mitchell's respect because Kelsey Mitchell had to contend with her today. Alicia Clark, 27 minutes. She's just there for veteran presence. Nothing else. She's the oldest player in the league. 7 minutes. And I told you guys on the previous video, she's there. Take advantage. 7 points. Shakira Austin, 4 of 11, 11 points. Kiki Irfin, 11 points on 5 of 8 shooting. Suge Sutton, 2 of 8, 4 points. Sonya Citrone led the way, 6 of 9 for 17 points. 2 assists. And not that many rebounds. She's usually a little bit better rebounder, but yeah, she didn't really do that much rebound today. They didn't get hardly anything from their bench. Inksler, the former Fever player, 14 minutes, 4 points. Stephanie Dolson, who's, like I said, veteran presence, but an older player and very slow. 15 minutes, 3 points. Madison Scott, who's just there on a relief contract, 3 minutes, no points. Lucy Olsen, 15 points, 4 minutes. 15 minutes and 4 points, excuse me. And Jade Melbourne, 22 minutes and 4 points. This team's just youth movement. It's the youth movement. And Indiana caught a break. Third quarter, they opened it up on them, and they really, really took advantage of turnovers in that fourth quarter. Because it was like 51-45 with 5 minutes and 18 seconds left in the third quarter. That fourth quarter, they opened up a can of whoop butt on the Mystics. Turnovers, one shot possession. They're going down. They're scoring. Aerial Powers is firing up threes in stride, smooth stroke, hitting them. And they basically dusted them in that fourth quarter. Scored 32 points in the fourth quarter to 18 for the Mystics. 94-65 to close the deal. And I'm glad Indiana needed an easy game because you got Washington. You got Minnesota coming up. You're gonna have to play team ball. You're gonna have to play team ball, and we don't know how the seeding's gonna be. We know they clinched the spot with this win, but we don't know if they're gonna be the 7th or the 8th. It looks like they're going to be the 7th. So if they're going to be the 7th, they're going to have to play Atlanta. Probably going to end up playing Atlanta. You don't want to play the Aces. You don't want to play the Aces at all. Not at all. I like that they got in the paint. 46 points in the paint. 22 points off turnovers. 22 points off 21 turnovers. They shot the ball well. They shot over 50% in this game. Shot well from three. Or at least the people off the bench shot well from three. Let's just put it like that. Standings, they're still in the 7th spot, with the Storm barely hanging on to that 8th spot, and Los Angeles still has a chance to make the playoffs. Wouldn't be surprised if the Storm fade and their coach gets fired. But right now, the Atlanta Dream are the 2 seed with the Vegas Aces right on their heels. So who knows? Let's see who Atlanta's got left. Atlanta's got Connecticut and Connecticut. Wow. That looked like 2 wins. Let's see what the Aces got. I know tonight the Aces play Chicago. I'm finna get ready to watch that game for sure, just so I can see this halftime, this comeback from suspension at halftime for Angel Reese. So the Aces play Chicago and they play Los Angeles at the end of the season. So it's probably going to come down to that last game for the Sparks to see. I hope the Sparks clip Seattle. It'd be funny to just watch Seattle fade because they were the fourth seed at one point and they just went steady backwards after the All-Star break with Skylar Diggins and that crooked president Nneka Ogumwai on the team. But yeah, you're probably going to get ready for the Dream. So I'll definitely be watching the Dream to see how they're playing right now and give you some guys some previews for the first round of the playoffs because it looks like it's going to be the Dream. But let me know what you thought about this game. This game was, like I said, this was another rec league game. The crowd, for me, it was the crowd. I've That was a quiet crowd. It was almost like an unrivaled crowd. If 11,000 people are that quiet, there's nothing that they came for. They just came because it was Sunday and they probably got free tickets. They probably gave them the 4 for $4 special. 4 tickets for $4 and 4 hot dogs. I mean, it was pitiful. And they tried to doctor it up, saying that it was a sellout and all that. And nah, no, Caitlin Clark moves the needle, folks. She moves the needle. She absolutely does. Anybody tell you that Caitlin Clark ain't the best player in this league and ain't the draw, slap them. Slap them and tell them, man, wake up. Stop hating. It's the truth. This league is nothing without Caitlin Clark. I mean, nothing. If Caitlin Clark retired, they'd fold the 10 up on this bad boy. But let me know your thoughts on this game. Leave your comments below, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.